Okay, guys, we are back with another banging video. It's game on, but no rapper chain on, but it's still game on. I've got a chain on though, but it's not my usual, signature rapper chain. But honey, this one is gonna have to do, okay? Now, I know you guys haven't seen my face for the past few days. And you guys did not get any upload yesterday and I think another day. But I'm here today, honey. I'm here today. And in this video, we're going to talk about our shameless bestie, Kimmy Cakes. Honey, it seems as though Kim has been rubbing off on me and a lot of people for 2026 because we're just what? Shameless. Yes, people. Let's learn to kill shame. We're going to talk about Kim and Lewis Hamilton, and I believe that Kim and Lewis Hamilton, they're not doing so well. I believe that they're not getting along as they want us to think. Do you guys remember when we saw that article that says that Lewis normally gets hot and cold with his woman? It seems as though he's in his cold moment, but why his cold moment may work for Kim and not work for other women is because Kim is shameless. You see the success that Kim has? She did not get it because she's filled with shame. Remember, shame is something that someone tries to project onto you. Shame is something that someone tries to project onto you. Kim consistently remains shameless. Elon Musk, shameless. If you look at all the successful people today, I can tell you, I've worked in the corporate world for years. And one thing you have to learn to do, boo-boo, is to kill shame. You know how they say hypocrisy is I'm the one who's always telling you guys that. The moment someone taught me that hypocrisy is a part of being civil and shameless is the gateway to your success, honey, I've been hooking onto those because at first I didn't get it. I never got it. I never understood a word they were saying at first. It took about a couple of months and it crept up on me and I realized that, damn, I get what you're saying because guess what? When you're working with other people, right? And because there's so many personalities that you have to work with, and then people are going to consistently offend you, not intentionally, oftentimes, but unintentionally. But guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to get along with them and you have to go on because when you're going to quit your job to stay home, you know what's going to happen? They're going to move on to working that good money to take care of their family. And you need to do the same. So Kim has mastered the art of Stoicism. I think that's how it's pronounced. Stoicism. Now, Kim and Lewis, they will work. Kim and Lewis will work. Kim will take the shame behind the scenes because she's shameless. So when Lewis is giving her the cold shoulder moment, as I think it was the Sun, the Sun was saying Lewis is hot and cold with his woman based on reports and based on his dating history. He gets, in fact, hot and cold with them. And I think we're literally witnessing the hot and cold moment. Because when last have we seen Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton? We haven't seen them together in days. No, these are two wealthy people. Lewis Hamilton has his own life, his own career. He has a bunch of things going on for him, PR and outside of PR. Kim Kardashian has her own business going on for her, PR and outside of PR, and she loves to cry about being a single mom. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Poor me, the single mom me, who have to take care of the kids on my own, with my 101 nannies and butlers and drivers and different members of staff. She's always crying out here, like she lives, somewhere where she has no help, because even the poor people, they have help. They have a neighbor, they have a friend. Well, unless you're like me, an island, you don't have any help. So to all the highlands who are struggling out there, I know your pain, but I'm just saying, Kim Kardashian has her thing going on for herself. She has a lot to do, a lot of work. She has a lot of brand to run. She has a lot of things that she is very much hands-on with. And you gotta give her credit for that, boo-boo. You've got to give her credit for that, okay? So, Kim and Louis, they're not hooking up at the moment. We haven't seen anything of them. And we know if Kim Kardashian and Louis even hangs out together, side by side, what is gonna happen? Kim is gonna call who? Backgrid. She's gonna call Backgrid and be like, Backgrid, I'm at this location, and she's gonna make it look as though, oh my God, the paparazzis are so obsessed with us. They keep following us everywhere. Like we're just here minding our business, doing our own thing, and here comes Backgrid trying to get up in our business, Do you guys hear the chickens again? Just now, before I started recording the video, they weren't making, they weren't making any noise. No one can tell me that animals don't have sense. They have sense. They have sense. They have sense. Have you guys ever heard of a video without these chickens? No, you haven't. Do you think they make noise like this every day? Hell, they don't. Not every minute, not every hour, not every second. Talk about the intention. But anywho, that's just a little icebreaker. I'm just saying, guys, Kim Kardashian and Louis, I don't think they're on good terms, because if they were, we would see Backgrid showing us some photos. Do you guys remember when that journalist came out and he said that, at that time, Kim was still trying to get into the doors of Hollywood. She had a little bit of fame, but she wanted more for herself. Talk about that shameless thing again, right? Hey, have you guys ever really looked into some of the stunts that Kim Kardashian has pulled to get to where she is? I tell you, no one should be envious of that woman and anything that she has. You know why? Kim has done some of the most embarrassing things that you and I would not do. We wouldn't even think about doing them. Do you guys remember the powder incident when she got powdered? And then it was years and we were like, this woman is so hateful. This woman hates Kim Kardashian so much that she powdered Kim, and poor Kim was just sitting there being innocent. And then years later, it was revealed that what? Kim orchestrated the powder incident. Can you imagine someone going to a red carpet event, being on a red carpet, wanting to get their foot into the doors of Hollywood, and they're gonna orchestrate a powder incident? A powder incident? And they're so filled with powder? Like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then she had another incident wherein she was embarrassed about getting entry into somewhere, and it was a major event. And then we were like, they gave Kim an invite, and oh my God, they shut the door on Kim. And we later found out that Kim was not invited. She was never invited. And do you guys remember, this is when I told you guys that I'm not going to allow you guys to forget this one. The Met Gala. When I told you all that year that Kim was never ever given an invite to the Met Gala. And I said she's going to have to buy her own ticket to show up for the Met Gala. And you guys came for me. You guys dragged me back and forth. And then when the new season of the Kardashian was premiered, and she confessed that she did not get an invite. She had to buy her ticket. I got so many tags. It was ridiculous. Okay, guys. So as I was saying before we got cut off there, I said, so many of you were tagging me. Tag. I was getting tagged. Like, the most tag that I got was on TikTok. And there was one TikToker that tagged me, and the tag had almost 1 million likes. Almost 1 million likes, because there were people doing videos dragging me, describing me, that girl from Jamaica, and she doesn't even know to speak English. So I won't allow you guys to forget it. Never. So I'm just saying that to say, if you really look at Kim Kardashian's history, if you really look at even Jay-Z, have you guys ever heard some of these celebrity stories? How they were humiliated? Like, oh my God. Are you and I? Take, for example, Taylor Swift. Most recent Eras tour. What did we observe with Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift, she was on stage. She had a cold, right? Honey, when I have a cold, like, I don't want to do anything because you feel so miserable. You feel so sick. But Taylor Swift was on stage. Her nose was running. Snot. She had to be blowing her nose on stage in front of millions of people. And then it was also later put in her documentary. So can you imagine being on stage with a cold, a full-on cold, and she's not cutting the performance. She's not making the performance unpleasantry. She was blowing her nose, wiping it on her clothes, blowing her nose, and once she was in the center of the stage where she knew for a fact that it wasn't going to catch the audience if she flashed that off, she was blowing her nose and she flashed it off. And I remember when all the tabloids were going around with it, and everyone came out and said, that's not something that you try to embarrass someone about, because it's a real life situation. And many people would be in bed, and there were so many people saying when they have a cold, they stay home. But Taylor Swift knew that millions of people were depending on her, and she showed up for that show. And you guys can check my community page after this video, not right now, after this video. When I saw Taylor Swift doing that, it sparked something in me that, listen, you're poor. Taylor Swift isn't she a billionaire or what? Because I think she's a billionaire, and I think she's the only billionaire from music. If I'm wrong, someone correct me. Taylor Swift is a billionaire, and I think she is one of the only billionaire from music who is a single billionaire from music. And let me explain that before someone say, oh, she got married. I'm talking about she never had to merge her business, her money, her assets with a partner to garner or to get that billionaire status, right? But when I saw Taylor Swift doing that, honey, after this video, go check my community tab, because you guys know that the Eras tour wasn't so long ago. All you have to do is scroll down or scroll up on a few posts, and I made a post about it, and I said, this has taught me so much, because there are people who would have a cold and they would stay home. And I think at the time when she had the cold, it was in England, so she was cold. She had a cold, and so many people were saying that, experts, doctors and all of that, they were saying that her team, they need to pull her from the tour because she already has a cold, and she was out there the woman was cold. She was freezing cold. She had a cold, and she was still on stage, and she was pushing it. Let me tell you something, honey boo boo. I don't know about you, but I can tell you that After I saw that, I've always liked Taylor Swift, but that has basically sparked something in me, and that has made me realize that when you see people with their ish, don't be envious for it, because you never know what someone has been through to get what they have achieved. Never envy anyone for anything, because the things that Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift has done to get their wealth, you and I would never. We have too much pride. We're too proud. That is too embarrassing. Many women of billionaire status would not be hanging around with Lewis Hamilton after getting the cold shoulder so many times. They would not. Yes, we know Lewis has this thing going on. Yes, we know Kim has her thing going on. But MJ passed away in I think it was July 14th, and we saw Kim posting memories of them being at the lake, right? And in one of the photos we saw her, we saw Chicago, right? Kim, Lewis Hamilton, and Chicago. We saw Lewis Hamilton posting her after that. Have we seen anything after that? No. I think Lewis is in his cold shoulder moment with Kim. And she doesn't care if we see it. Just as how the other day, when it was revealed that Lewis was at a beach with some other girl, and the photo was put out, and I said, you guys don't get excited. She's not gonna leave him. She's not gonna leave. She doesn't care about what is going on there. And I said to you guys, don't be surprised if she is the one who put it out, and then after this, look for her to advertise something, and boom, boom. Like in less than 2 days, she copied Bianca's Art Bezel, body shapewear outfits, and she created a Skims version of it. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Exactly as I said. And then you guys realize that Marnique was in the comment section saying, Star, you did call this one. So I'm just saying, honey, boo-boo, Lewis is in his cold shoulder era. But don't think Kimmy Cakes is going to go anywhere. She's not going to go anywhere, because the girl is just shameless. And that's how she got to her wealth, by being shameless. But boo-boo, Kim level of shameless, it's on a whole different ball game. It's on a whole new level. Her level of shameless, it stopped here. And that's what you call being stoic. I don't think anything bothers that woman. I honestly don't think anything bothers her. But then they say when you get Botox, right? Didn't they say that Botox does something? It's just something that was just posted on the internet about women who, because they're often saying that women with Botox are so cold. Each time they get a Botox, in their face, it actually kills their emotion. I need to get some Botox in my face. Not because, hello, this face card never declines. You may see a video of me with my hair looking crazy, but the face card never declines, honey. It never declines. But I may need to get some Botox to be as shameless as Kim, because damn, she's on a whole different level. One that I believe is just something that only 1% of the people worldwide can truly achieve. That level of shamelessness that Kim Kardashian has, it needs to be studied. Intentionally releasing a sex tape for fame, creating incidents embarrassing incidents on the red carpets. Oh my God. And now this Lewis Hamilton, she's not gonna stop. I told you, she's gonna be the next who? Madonna. Do you see how Madonna is shameless? Madonna has a backside that doesn't even look human, and she wears the stingiest of things to show it off. These people, They are shameless. But guess what? It works for them. Better them than me, because it would not work for me, boo-boo. I don't know about you, but hopefully we'll see Louis soon, depending on how long his cold shoulder lasts, okay?